My husband says his playful touching with his female friend is normal. Am I crazy for thinking it's not? I genuinely can't tell if I'm being reasonable or if I'm the villain in my own marriage. My husband and I are both in our 30s, and he has a very close female friend. Let's call her F. For over a year now, the way they interact physically has been eating away at me. It's nothing explicitly sexual, but it's a lot. They're constantly leaning on each other, touching arms, rubbing shoulders. For a while, they even had this gross inside joke where they'd lick their own palms and wipe it on the other person. The breaking point, or what should have been the breaking point, happened about a year ago. We were all together, and my husband just casually slapped F's butt right in front of me. I was stunned. To her credit, F looked embarrassed and apologized to me later. After that, I talked to my husband and some things did change. The palm-licking thing stopped, and he hasn't slapped her but again. But the constant, casual physical closeness? That never really went away. I've brought this up to my husband multiple times. I told him, as calmly as I could, "This makes me uncomfortable. It feels disrespectful to our marriage. Can you please limit your physical contact with F to normal, basic greetings?" Every time, he'd say he understood and that he'd stop. But he never did. Recently, we were at another get-together, and it was like I wasn't even there. They were right in front of me, touching hands, booping each other's noses, and at one point he was intimately helping her with her stretches. I felt like a ghost. That night, I told him I couldn't do it anymore. I repeated my boundary and said that if this continued, I wouldn't be comfortable going to events where F was present. I asked him to please talk to her about it for real this time. That's when he blew up. He got super defensive and started dredging up mistakes I'd made with old friends years ago, things I have long since taken full responsibility for and worked hard to change. He just kept calling me a hypocrite over and over until the argument completely spiraled. He was so convincing that I genuinely started to believe I was the one in the wrong. I felt so confused that I asked to see how he messaged F about the situation, just so I could understand and apologize properly. He actually showed me the messages, and my stomach just dropped. In the texts, F fully agreed with him that I was deeply insecure. My own husband completely minimized my feelings, telling her I was overreacting and downplaying the whole thing. Not once did either of them defend me or even try to understand my perspective. He also threw in a few nasty comments about my friends and family that really hurt. Reading those messages broke me. I felt so awful that I actually ended up texting F and apologizing for my insecurity and for taking things out on her. She was polite in her reply, but there was no apology for her part in any of it. I am just so exhausted. I've spent the last year in therapy working on my self-worth, on setting healthy boundaries, and learning to communicate openly. Yet, here I am, being told by the two of them that my feelings are the problem. I can't tell anymore if my boundary is reasonable or if I'm just being dramatic and insecure like they say. So I have to know, was I the asshole for asking them to stop and then apologizing after seeing what they really thought of me?